Hey guys, and welcome to In-Ring Predictions with me, Triple Day, and this is WrestleMania 35. We are finally here at the biggest show ever, WrestleMania, this Sunday, and then we'll just have to wait a few more months until the biggest party of the summer actually comes, SummerSlam. Alright, so looks like we've got a lot of matches to actually do today, guys, so let's get right into it. And there's only two pre-shows here. So first off, it's the WrestleMania Women's Battle Royale, and the participants are for Raw, Dana Brooke, Mickie James, Ruby Riott, Liv Morgan, Sarah Logan. From SmackDown, it's Asuka, Carmella, Naomi, Lana, Mandy Rose, Sonya Deville, Zelina Vega, and the free agent Nikki Cross. Now, obviously enough, Nikki Cross being the free agent, and plus, when she was in that Royal Rumble match, they went fucking mental. I mean, fucking mental as usual, but, oh god, since I picked two from last year's WrestleMania, obviously enough I'm going to pick two from here. And I'm going to pick one from SmackDown, obviously. Asuka to win it. And you know what? I'm going to go with the free agent. I'm going to go with Nikki Cross on this one. Because the way that she performed at the Royal Rumble, she did really well for herself. She did. If she can bring that, like what she is, her character, if she can bring that, and if she can win this WrestleMania Women's Battle Royale, I'll be really happy. But Asuka and Nikki Cross for me. Next is the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royale match. This is the second pre-show match, and okay, so from Raw you've got Braun Strowman, Apollo Crews, Tyler Breeze, Jinder Mahal, No Way Jose, Bobby Roode, Chad Gable, Kalisto, Graham Metalik. Oh, sorry if I'm pronouncing the name wrong. Lindsay Dorado. Sorry. Bo Dallas, Curtis Axel, Heath Slater, Rhino, Victor, and Connor. Obviously, enough there for Raw. From SmackDown, you've got Andrade, Ali, Shelton Benjamin, Luke Gallows, Carl Anderson, Matt Hardy, Jeff Hardy, and free agents, you've got Otis, Tucker, and EC3, but you've got celebrities in this one. And last time that we had a celebrity in a Battle Royale, I think the last one was Shaquille O'Neal. He was actually the last one to actually be involved in an Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royale match. So we've only got two here today. We've got Mike Che, and we've got Colin Jost. Mike Che and Colin Jost. I have no idea who they are, but let me know in the comment section down below if you want. Who I think might actually, there are a lot of superstars that have a high potential and actually win this. But there's only two which I can see, which are going to be possible for me, and that is, the first one is going to be obviously from Raw, Braun Strowman. Obviously enough because he's a monster among men, but plus he's also the biggest threat that's actually in that Battle Royale. He's the biggest threat. Get rid of him, and it's everybody for themselves. The next one that I could see, I could say Luke Gallows actually winning this as well. So from Raw, I'm going to go with Braun Strowman, and from SmackDown, I'm going to go with Luke Gallows. So it's either one of them two for me. Alright, those were the only two pre-shows that won there. So now we're getting on to the main event, which is the proper pre-show. Not proper show. Alright. First off is a fatal 4-way match for the SmackDown Tag Team Champions. And it is the Usos, who are the champions, versus Jimmy and Jey Uso, versus Ricochet and Aleister Black, versus The Bar, Cesaro and Sheamus, and versus Shinsuke Nakamura and Rusev. Now, in my own opinion, right, there's only 3 possible teams which are worthy of those titles, in my own opinion. But one of them might not last long, like as much. But I'm going to say for the 3 teams which I can say which are worthy of those titles are the Usos, which they could actually retain it. Ricochet and Aleister Black, them two are actually phenomenal at actually doing what they do best. They work together as a tag team. They actually work. And obviously enough, The Bar. Yep, I gotta say The Bar. Because them two just work. Just work. All 3 of those teams actually work. But who could I actually see winning? Could the Usos possibly retain it? Their chances are very slim in this one. I'm going to say who I'm going to want to win that match. Ricochet and Aleister Black. Ricochet and Aleister Black, them two actually do work together. You make them as tag team champions, I can see them defending them all the way up to SummerSlam, or maybe even further. I would say put those two as tag team champions and make them the champions at WrestleMania. That would be brilliant. That would be brilliant. Alright. Next is a match which, honestly enough, I wanted at WrestleMania, and now it's actually happening. But the sad thing is, it is not a main event. And it is for the WWE Championship. Daniel Bryan, who's the champion, versus Kofi Kingston. Obviously enough, I wanted this match to actually happen at WrestleMania, and now we're finally going to get it. But, however, I want that to actually happen. I definitely want Kofi Kingston to actually beat Daniel Bryan, because I hate the look of that title. The title is, it just looks stupid. Why can't it be just like this? Just keep it like this, even though this is not like a proper real replica of a title. But obviously enough, why can't it be just like that? That is just perfect the way that it is. It's just fine. But all I got to say is right, that I hope Kofi Kingston wins. Kofi Kingston deserves that title. He deserves it. He's worked his ass off for it. So Kofi Kingston, you've got my vote for that. So that's my prediction. Alright, next is a fatal 4-way. God, sorry if I'm yawning. A fatal 4-way match for the WWE Women's Tag Team Champions. Now, this was announced at Elimination Chamber, and obviously now we've got grand the new champions in it. Well done. So it is the Boston Hood Connection, which is Bayley and Sasha Banks, who are the champions, versus Beth Phoenix and Natalia. Okay. Versus the Iconics, Billie Kay and Peyton Royce, versus Nia Jax and Tamina. Now, Nia Jax and Tamina, they were the only 2 threats that were actually in the Elimination Chamber match. Get rid of them, and obviously enough, the biggest threat is actually out of the way. But since this is a fatal 4-way tag team match, there's nothing that they can do. it is not an elimination match. If it was an elimination match, then get rid of Nia Jackson, Tamina, because they are the biggest threat. But Beth Phoenix, I didn't know that she was actually coming back. But she just came back for one match. So, but you know who oh, God. Well, first off, I don't want to see the Iconics win it, because they'll say they make it iconic, but which, obviously enough, that won't actually happen, because I can see them actually just losing this match, and then they'll be complaining all over, and then I'll be like, haha, that's what happened. That's what happened. Alright, but then, you know what I'm going to say? I'm going to say either Bayley and Sasha Banks going to retain it, or it could go over to Nia Jackson, Tamina. It could go over to them too. But you know what? I'm going to say it. Nia Jackson, Tamina. I'm going to say Nia Jackson, Tamina to actually win it. So that's that. Alright, next is Roman Reigns versus Drew McIntyre. Get in, that the big dog is actually back, and he's actually back in action. I'm glad that he's actually been put into a singles match against Drew McIntyre. And guess what I hope and pray? Roman Reigns kick the living hell out of Drew McIntyre. Spear him, 1, 2, 3. There you go, pinfall. Right? But what if it's the other way around? What if Drew McIntyre does a Claymore kick? God, God, there are possibilities like for that. There are possibilities. But who I can see actually winning this match, obviously I'm going to go with the big dog. I'm going to go with Roman Reigns. I've got to go with him. There's no other person that I can go with. Alright. Next is a singles match for the WWE Intercontinental Championship. And, oh my God, Bobby Lashley. Please don't be with that idiot again. No, he's not. But you know for a fine fact he's actually going to be with him. God. Versus Finn Balor. You know, right? Bobby Lashley, back in the olden days, like when he was like ECW champion and all that sort of stuff, we're back in olden times. He was actually a really decent wrestler. He was really good. But now I think he's lost his touch a little bit. He's lost that style, and he's lost that charisma. Now it's just been moved on to another person. But I got to say who I want to win the Intercontinental Championship, because he deserves it. Finn Balor. Yep, Finn Balor. I want him to win that title. Alright, next is singles match for the US Championship, and it is Samoa Joe versus Rey Mysterio. Now, it's been a long time since the last time that Rey Mysterio has actually won a title by himself. It's been a long time. So, obviously enough, could it be his time to actually winning that WrestleMania? Could he actually repeat of what he actually did at WrestleMania, I think it was 22? I think it was WrestleMania 22. That was the last time that he won a title, and that was the World Heavyweight. No. Last one was against JBL. WrestleMania 25. 25 or 26. It was either one of those two where he won the Intercontinental Championship. Yep. Intercontinental Championship, and he walked away with it. So, could he win it them again? Could he win this title at WrestleMania? Hopefully. Obviously enough. I'm going with yep, you know who I'm going with. But yeah, I'm going with Rey Mysterio. But Samoa Joe is the big powerhouse, and it is like he could like overpower Rey Mysterio just like that. But we'll see what the outcome actually is. Alright, next is a singles match, and it is and it is AJ Styles versus Randy Orton. Now, obviously enough, this is going back and forth between these two, and finally we get them a match right here at WrestleMania, and hopefully things get sorted out. So, who I think has the high potential to actually win this match? I think AJ Styles. Yep, AJ Styles. I don't doubt him one bit. I don't doubt AJ Styles because I don't doubt him because he's a fantastic wrestler. So I don't doubt him one bit. So yeah, AJ Styles, you've got my vote for this one. Alright, next is Shane McMahon versus The Miz in a Falls Count Anywhere match. Now, in case if you're new to this, let me give you the explanation of a Falls Count Anywhere match. Basically, what it means is you don't have to pin anybody just in the ring. You can pin them outside anywhere, like anywhere within the arena, or you can pin them out in the parking lot for all I care. You can pin them out in the parking lot. You can pin them inside, like where the audience is. You can pin them like in the stands. You can pin them like anywhere. So basically, what it says, Falls Count Anywhere match, it means anywhere. So as long as there's a ref present, and then obviously enough, that's that. Right, obviously enough, them two will actually go for each other because they lost the tag team champions, and Shane McMahon took his anger out on The Miz, and then taking his anger out on The Miz's father. Now, obviously enough, I do feel sorry for The Miz's father now, but to be honest with you, I kinda want Shane McMahon to win, but here's the thing, I want The Miz to actually beat Shane McMahon after what he did to his father. So that is something that you do not do. So I think, for me, The Miz. Yep, The Miz. I'm going with The Miz on this one. So, Miz, you gotta beat Shane McMahon. This one. Alright, next is a singles match, but this is Angle's farewell match. So Kurt Angle said that he was actually going to retire, like for a farewell match. Obviously, none of the matches he's actually won didn't actually happen. So this is his farewell match, and it is Kurt Angle versus Baron Corbin. Now, I want Kurt Angle to actually beat Baron Corbin and go out with a win, and that'll be his farewell, that'll be his goodbye. That I would love to see. I definitely want to see that. I want to see Kurt Angle just beat Baron Corbin and then just leave. That'll be the best victory ever. Go out on a victory. Don't go out on a loss. Go out on a win. That's what you want to do. But since this is against Baron Corbin, I don't actually see this actually happening. But I want it to happen, so that's my prediction. Kurt Angle, you've got my prediction, actually beat Baron Corbin and go out on the win. Alright. Next, I kind of hope that this person, I kind of sort of knew that this person would actually return to WWE because for reasons. So obviously enough, this match is a no holds barred match, right? And it's Triple H versus Batista, but there's a stipulation. If Triple H loses, he must retire from in-ring competition for good. In-ring competition, right? Now, as you probably might have expected, Batista actually did say it on SmackDown, I think it was like a couple of months ago. He actually did say that Triple H has actually done everything. The only thing that he hasn't done is beat me. And that's actually the truth. He's never beaten Batista before. Never ever beaten Batista. Well, that's because he hasn't even beaten him. So, obviously enough, could this be the time that Batista actually jinxes himself and actually, goes on a loss? So Triple H can actually continue the in-ring competition. The thing is, alright, I do like to see Triple H continue his in-ring competition, because that was what he was well better at. He was better at wrestling. He isn't good like this corporation sort of thing. I don't like him as this corporation sort of thing, but I do love him as an in-ring competitor. Well, a WWE superstar. I like him like that. So I want him to keep that. But you just know Batista's going to actually pick up the win and actually make Triple H lose in-ring competition. So he's going to retire from that. That is what could happen. And then Triple H can just go behind the scenes and never come back to in-ring again. Well, actually, that doesn't stop him from coming down to the ring, but it stops him from doing in-ring competition things. So it stops him from that, but this doesn't stop him from coming to the ring and everything, just to announce stuff. Doesn't do that. So, but the thing is though, with Batista, he's lost some of that muscle that he used to have ages ago. Because ages ago, he used to be well jacked, with muscles and everything. But ever since doing Guardians of the Galaxy and the Avengers films, he's lost that a little bit. So he's no longer the animal that we actually knew him to be as. So, but however, Triple H has been in the longest. But the longest, say sometimes when you've been in the company long, you can actually drop down them a little bit. So that doesn't actually cut it. So, however, I think Batista could actually win this one. I've got nowhere else to put it, guys. Triple H is going to lose at WrestleMania again, and then he's going to leave ring competition. So that's my prediction for that. Oh shit, I forgot to mention that. Oh, I didn't realise that this was another pre-show one, guys. I'm sorry about that. I didn't even read it properly. Well, we'll go with this one with the pre-shows anyways. So another pre-show is for the singles match for the Cruiserweight title. And it is Buddy Murphy, who is the champion, versus Tony Nese. Nessie? Is it Nessie? Tony Nessie? I'm not too sure, but we'll go with this with the pre-show. So this is going to get added to it. So, Cruiserweight title, who I think is actually going to win straight away, Buddy Murphy. Because all the performances that he's done is actually fantastic. Like as I said, 205 Live is completely underrated. And it's underappreciated. And it deserves a main show. So, Buddy Murphy. Yep, Buddy Murphy for me. So, it's been doing phenomenally for that. Alright. Now enough with the pre-shows. Again, sorry about that. We're back to the main one. And this is the... Actually, you know what? We'll go with the Universal title one before we get to the main event. Because this one is a main event in WrestleMania, but the Universal title isn't. So obviously enough, that's good. So Universal title, you know who it is. Singles match for the Universal title, and it is Brock Lesnar versus Seth Rollins. You know who I want to win, Seth Rollins, but you do know that Brock Lesnar is going to try and get the win again. So obviously enough for me. I would love to see Seth Rollins win again and pick up the main title against Brock Lesnar, because I don't want Brock Lesnar as Universal Champion again. Because, think about it, every time that he wins that title, he never shows up like them Monday Night Raw. But the thing is though, guys, I didn't see the business side of it, but the business side of it, that's that. But when you're a champion, you have to show up. I mean, when John Cena, sorry I mentioned in this, but when John Cena won the WWE Championship from AJ Styles at the Royal Rumble, he showed up, didn't he? He showed up to the Monday Night. He showed up to Monday Night Raw, and he showed up to SmackDown as well. He showed up to those events. That proves that he is a loyal champion. Well, as Brock Lesnar win the title, no, not coming. No, not coming, fuck off. It's like that. It's like that. That's what Brock Lesnar actually is. He only thinks about himself. He doesn't care about what the people actually think. So that's why I want Seth Rollins to actually beat the living hell out of Brock Lesnar and win the Universal title from him. So Seth Rollins, you got my prediction for that. Alright, now the main event. This is a winner takes all. Because it's not for one, but for two titles on the line. And it is a winner takes all triple threat match for the Raw Women's Championship and the SmackDown Women's Championship. And it is Ronda Rousey, who is champion, versus Charlotte Flair, who was also champion, SmackDown champion, and versus Becky Lynch. Now, with two titles on the line, this could actually be, I think it's the second time that this has actually happened. Because the first time that it actually happened, well, the very first time that it actually happened was at WrestleMania 6. And that was when the WWE title and the Intercontinental Championship were both on the line. Now, these two titles are actually on the line together as well. So, who I think could actually win it, I want Becky Lynch to actually win it. I want it. I just want the man to actually win the both the titles. So obviously Becky Lynch is a pretty good superstar. Well, pretty good diva. She's actually she's absolutely amazing, and I love Becky Lynch. Now with calling herself the man, pardon me, calling herself the man, and obviously enough revolutionising the women's division, I want to see her leaving WrestleMania with both those titles. So obviously enough, that is my prediction for that. And plus it's a triple threat match. So there's no countouts and there's no disqualifications. So basically anything goes. So you can use steel chairs, you can use kendo sticks, you can use tables, ladders, anything. It's a triple threat match. And the referee can't do anything about it actually. So anyway, that's been my predictions for WrestleMania 35. This has been In-Ring Predictions with me, Triple Day. Hope you've all enjoyed it. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. And peace!